What made you decide to ramp up, if you said goodbye to luxury, to these, I don't know if it's fair to call it semi-autonomous, but certainly distinctive branding of the Lincoln Motor Company?
Yeah.
What was the thinking behind that?
Well, I think it was based on a very good business rationale, which was when we looked at the industry, more or less around 10% of the volume of the industry around the world is luxury vehicles, but it represents a third to 40% of the industry profits. So for us, as we had saved and built up the Ford business, for us it would have been a real shame to be a feeder brand for other luxury brands from other automakers around the world. And so we decided to reinvigorate and reimagine Lincoln. Continental has a lot of history. And as we were designing this and as our design team was putting this together, they actually really struggled for the first 6 months. And then finally, when we said to them, you know what, we're going to call this the Continental, that gave them the creative inspiration to go back and look at the previous generations of Continental. All of a sudden, in their minds, it clarified a whole lot of things. And literally, a couple of weeks later, they came back with a design like this.
You had departed from the Lincoln split grille.
Yes.
What was the thinking behind that? I love the way you have the Lincoln emblem, I guess.
The grille, it's a really important part of the vehicle, because if you think about it, the grille is the introduction of the vehicle. If you're standing on a street corner, you see the car coming at you, or you're driving on the highway and you look in your rear view mirror, that's the calling card for the vehicle. And the key for a luxury vehicle is, how do you have a grille that's substantial, that gives it its prominence but not overbearing? And so the split wing grille that we had before was a little too subtle, and so the team came up with, I think, a very, very good signature feature for the vehicle. The team has done a great job, been a lot of success. They've had, I don't know, 20 months in a row of sales increases, and it's launched very well in China. And in China, this type of vehicle, you usually have a chauffeur.
Right.
So the owner of the vehicle is literally sitting in the back seat. Right. So we did a lot of benchmarking in terms of what we call the opening, the ingress and egress, how easy it is to get in and out of the vehicle from the rear seat. We put a lot of amenities in the rear seat. But it really comes down to that business analysis that says there's a big profit opportunity in here, and it would be a shame for us to miss out on that. Looks good.
What a great color too, isn't it?
Yeah, this was the one of the launch colors that we had initially.